Hello students, welcome to your English class. Hope you all are doing well. What do you observe in this picture? You can observe a map in this picture. You may be wondering why I am showing you this map picture to you. We are going to learn something very interesting, which is the very first poem of our textbook. The poetess is Dorothy Brown Thompson. This poem pays a tribute to maps. Children, do you know what is a map? You might have studied about maps in geography in your previous class. So, a map is a drawing or a representation of an area or a part of Earth's surface. Basically, it is a diagram which tells us the location and direction of a place which we want to see. It is drawn on a paper. A map represents many things like mountains, rivers, roads, towns, and cities. They give us detailed information about them. There are many kinds of maps like road maps, train maps, weather maps, and more. Before I start the poem, I would like to tell you about the author. Dorothy Brown Thompson was born in the year 1896. She was an American writer. She published more than 2000 poems. In this poem, she pays a tribute to maps, different kinds of maps that hold a key to an unknown world of adventure waiting to be explored. She paints a bright picture of the different things and scenes that maps can bring to our minds. This way, she shows how something that looks simple and humble like a map can be powerful and exciting. Dorothy Brown Thompson died in the year 1994. Now I will explain you about the poem. There are 5 stanzas in the poem. Learning outcomes. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to express the joys of an armchair traveler. List the different kinds of maps in the poem. Let's see stanza 1. High adventures and bright dream. Maps are mightier than they seem. Children, what is the meaning of high adventures? Very grand and exciting adventure. Do you know the meaning of mightier? More mighty, stronger and more powerful. We all are very excited of doing adventures, right? Meaning of adventure is an unusual and exciting or daring experience. In the first stanza, the poetess describes maps are not only diagrams on a paper describing the physical features of the countries, they are also a mean of inviting us to seek adventures and travel, or at least we can dream about visiting these exotic places even if we are unable to visit them. Hope you all agree. Everyone will be having a dream to go on an adventurous trip, right? So how can we go on an adventurous trip? Only with the help of a map. So as a map looks so simple and humble, but through these maps we can fulfill our dreams by going on adventurous trips. So they are more powerful than they look. Stanza 2. Ships that follow leaning stars, red and gold of strange bazaars. Children, do you know the meaning of leaning? Leaning means sloping. The stars seem to be pointing the way to the ships. Usually, the sailors in previous years, in olden days, we were all dependent on these leaning stars to find their They were all dependent on these leaning stars to find their way. So children, here the poetess describes how the sailors depend on stars to guide their ships to distant lands. They would see the stars and move accordingly. The stars showed them the directions and made them sail across the seas. So the sailors were dependent on these stars before the maps were not available. Before the invention, the sailors were completely dependent on the stars. Next, the poetess says about the different colors, red, gold, which depict the different types of bazaars. Stanza 3. Ice flows hid beyond all knowing, plains that ride where winds are blowing. Children, what is the meaning of flows? Meaning of flows is masses of floating ice. Here in stanza 3, ice flows means the icebergs or the ice which are floating on the water, which is hidden and which can't be seen by the people. Maps guide them about the ice or the ice floating in the oceans and seas. So here the poetess describes that the map direct us away from dangers of icebergs which are in the polar regions and in the oceans and seas. They also guide the flights. These maps also guide the pilots about the weather and the strong winds. Stanza 4. Train maps, maps of wind and weather, road maps taken all together. In stanza 4, the poetess describes about different types of maps. You can see train maps, wind maps, weather maps and more. Stanza 5. Maps are really magic wands for home-staying vagabonds. Children, the meaning of magic wands is a stick used to perform magic. The meaning of vagabonds is people who are always wandering from one place to another place. So here the poetess describes maps as magical because the person looking maps at home can be transported in their imagination to distant lands as magic. So maps can give us wings to our imagination. Children, I hope you have understood the poem. There are some rhyming words in the poem. Stars, bazaars, knowing, blowing, weather, altogether, dream, seem, wands, vagabonds. Poem summary. The speaker talks about the thrill that maps can offer to travelers. They help ships to sail to far off lands, leading them to places that sell exotic things. They guide ships and planes to negotiate icebergs and winds. There are a whole lot of different maps. Maps that provide information to train travelers, road maps that help riders to move from place to place, and maps about the weather. People staying at home can be transported in imagination to distant lands as if by magic by just studying these maps. Thank you, children.